Hey guys, what's up? Jedi here, and in today's video, as promised, I'll be going over my experience playing FNCS Opens on Asia. As many of you know by now, I've been playing a lot of events early on these regions to get content out for you guys early, so if we could hit 150 likes on this video, that'd be pretty cool. With that being said, let's get right on into it. So, jumping right in, going into game 1, our strategy was to play placement. FNCS does have the same format as Trio Cash Cups, with like the only main difference being that people are trying harder. So after a rough off spawn, we got ourselves some loot from Selfie and set ourselves up as a height team for endgame. Things were going pretty well until we unfortunately got broken down from height, which kind of serves as a reminder actually to be aware of contesting teams when you're tarping across the high ground. Just because you secure height and you think you have it doesn't mean a team won't go for it with the current meta of launch pads and all this movement, so you have to be aware of second height teams. Spend your AR on them and make sure that you're well connected so that you can't get chopped out. Here's how things went wrong for us in real time.
Wait, this is second height, right here. I have no AR, I have 6 AR, I have 6 AR, bro.
I have a lot, yeah. Just shoot the better.
Doug, can you drop me some? I have 0. Like hard 0.
I can't.
Drop me some, since I'm nothing.
Drop some
Watch this. I killed solo. 49.
Oh, you got shot? Oh, yeah.
I connected, I'm so high.
They're going out.
Yeah, kid's going for height, I'm dropping a sound. We have to drop.
Yeah, you can me.
Yeah.
I need meds.
I have 200 build, I have 1 build, I can't move.
Nice Doc.
That's dog.
Doc, Catman's Doc. 900.
Build.
I got.
Moving on to game 2, we were pretty stacked going into first moving. Well, at least I should say that I was stacked. Because of timing, we couldn't split the mats properly after getting the refresh, and when I completely threw by landing horribly after padding, we lost out on an easy endgame. So yeah, make sure you don't have one person with everything. In my case, I had 555 mats and a chug cannon, but I died, so my teammates were left with basically nothing. Of course, I couldn't really be helped because Storm was already moving, but you should try and get loot somewhat evenly distributed going into endgame. Oh, and also, don't be a dumbass when you're landing after padding. Try and find a spot to land together. Your IGL should maybe mark it or figure out a place you can go, and avoid tarps when you're trying to fly around so that you don't get accidentally boxed. Game 3, well, we got awareness checked. GG's only. Game 4, Ginkin was left alone at the end, and since the lobby was dead anyway, we decided he should just play out the game to get all the placement points, because spending time on playing out the dead lobbies can sometimes get you more points than backing out. So yeah, as you guys can see, we weren't exactly doing great at this point in time, so we needed a big game 5. So we took height, we alphaed the whole lobby, and we set ourselves up to win.
Go for Doc, you have no mats.
I don't have a lot of it. Okay. Coming up to you, Doc.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh,
Oh wait, what?
I have like another knock by the way. I have another
I'm dead
knock.
probably. Never mind.
So, kiss ranking then.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh my.
Yo, only thing
No, you're getting shot out.
I got another kill. I got my finish.
Okay, just stay up. I'm marking zone.
You can single layer, Gingon, you can single layer.
Yeah, 8 builds. Oh. Can you go back up maybe? To your... That kid has no mats.
Don't really go for kills right now, Gingon. You need to focus on second height right now.
Yeah, this kid right
If
below
they
you.
know
It's a
you're
duo,
solo,
it's a duo.
No builds. Just chill.
Stay here as long as you can, yeah.
Everyone's a duo, I think.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Take your chuggies. Yeah. So yeah, just because the lobby's easy and you kind of need points and you want to have a big game doesn't mean you should go down and be super aggressive for frags, because a win is a ton of points and we missed out on like 10 placement points towards the end, which we would not have been able to make up for with just elims. So we kind of ended up throwing. Game 7, we had a pretty good end game. Here's how it went. I'm talking ahead.
Yeah, nice. Block
Finish it now, you know.
Bro, shut up! You need to run past.
I'm cutting
us
these
when
kids
you're
off.
walking away.
Nice, we're chilling.
They go your wall.
Wait, what?
I'm trying to fucking replace it, bro. They took it.
Go. Wait, what?
Wait.
You have the floppers, right?
Yeah, the floppers.
Oh, what?
Senti?
I got the wall back. Just
Don't push one. Wait, don't push one.
I mean,
No, it goes to them.
Come.
Wait, you can drop low. You can drop low. You know.
Come.
He's already
I'm not with
low,
you. I'm not with you. Wait, come right, Ginkin. It's so dead. It's so dead. Come here.
I'm following a. Oh, there's a kid behind
Yeah,
you. Kid behind you.
Jedi.
Yeah, see that's close.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
On me. I might be dead. I knocked two.
Dead.
Nice.
You get finishing.
I got another kill.
It's ready, Scuff. Come,
You with me?
You good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm right behind you.
600 mats, you can. 700.
I'll just leave for now. I have 300 metal.
Yeah. Go up one. Go up. Let me. Oh yeah. Wait, go up.
Nice, Jedi.
Let me top.
Popping a mini.
I need to heal.
I have med kids.
Yeah, one.
You have floppers,
yeah,
right?
With an AR, you can.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
he doesn't have floppers.
No, he doesn't.
Here.
Yeah,
I dropped the med
Diamonds,
kit. I have 100. Here, all my metal.
It pulls.
That's all my hearts.
We can.
I have 500
He
more
goes-
wood.
It goes on the hill, I think.
There's a kid on a fucking truck, bro.
You need to go far right. You
Can
far
you
right
leak
and
Ginkin?
drop.
I don't have any hearts
Far
at all.
right drop.
Come.
Far right drop.
Probably
yeah.
cheap tarp a little bit.
Dropping.
Yeah, drop now.
No heart.
Yeah. I have 400 wood. need?
I have 300 wood.
Drop full.
Okay, we need
Behind you,
go.
behind you,
Let's
behind
get
you.
behind.
Drop another layer.
On me.
Oh, you dropped?
On me.
I'm
You
right
can
here.
you can jump all the way down.
We can't go full low. There's a team full
Go.
low.
Yeah,
What?
Bro.
Jedi just shot.
Behind you, Jedi.
What? It was at this point in time where I kind of realized how hard placement points were to get this FNCS. As you can see, there were only like 10 players left when I died, but I ended up in 6th place, which means that there were a lot of teams of like solos and duos, and people just hanging on till the very end, which kind of sucks. Game 8 was just a key game.
Crack.
Full box one.
Did.
53 cracked. 54 white.
Turning
Dead.
right.
Cracked. Dead.
Nice.
Nice.
No,
Okay.
oh my
That's
god.
focus, right? No, I won't.
68 white.
Nice.
Dead.
I'm spraying this guy. Nice.
You guys are 1 pound right there, so be careful. Just pop med first.
Pop your big
I'm drinking back. Wait. Chill.
Oh, I got.
Chill.
Okay.
Kill you.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm reloading.
I only have wood left. I'm here.
I'm gonna try and get a flank.
Popping a mini.
Did.
Coming up.
5 minutes.
Nice.
Right on me.
Yeah. Pinch them, pinch.
Got the sidewall.
Oh,
Dead.
Nice. Good shot.
After fighting and wiping out everybody at Lazy, we set off to find more fights so we wouldn't waste time. And yeah, that didn't go well. Because of timing, we couldn't play out all 10 games, so game 9 was our last game and we needed 20 points to qualify. Things seemed to be going pretty good. We even had some bathroom breaks in mid-game. Unfortunately, we were in a dead lobby, which was a risk we took. So that's kind of the balance between getting an easy endgame versus the potential of getting keyed. And unfortunately, we did end up getting keyed. And while we almost managed to win out the fight, the storm eventually got me in the end. And yes, I did choke a little bit there. I could have picked up the floppers, maybe in possibly stayed alive, but realistically we hadn't really set ourselves up to qualify. So yeah, that was kind of my experience with the FNCS. Surge was surprisingly not much of a problem at all. We only had Surge go off like once or twice, I think, but that changes for every region, so you guys should definitely be aware of that. And yeah, while kill points will get you far, playing placement is usually the safer method that most people opt for in FNCS, even though placement is really hard to get because you do have to survive for an absurdly long amount of time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. If you guys want, you can also support me by using my creator code Jedi2X in the Fortnite item shop. Thank you guys for watching, as always, and peace.